Hey, No Brains, No Headache listeners. You can find every episode on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Episodes are available to watch on YouTube, where you can subscribe, like, and comment on each episode. Make sure to follow No Brains, No Headache on your favorite social media platform for up-to-date news, clips, and poorly timed jokes. Now let's get into this week's episode.
No brains, no headache. That's the way I like it. Turn my worries into jokes. Set 'em on fire while we light it. No brains.
Welcome to episode 311, No Brains, No Headache podcast. Happy to be here. We got a doozy for you for this recording, and it starts right about now. Name's Jordan Weichel. I'm going to be your host today. Happy to be here. Damn glad to do so. Next to me is my co-host, confidant, longtime friend, fellow comedian. Some people call him Ongo. Some people call him Applesauce. It's the one, the only, Matt Cleary, huge Randy Travis fan. Ongo, how are we doing today?
Enough about me. I want to talk to you about how's this cleanse going, because I've been chomping at the bit all week to get an update.
We are on day 22 as of this recording of the cleanse. And I would love to say the body has never felt better. But last week I decided to kind of up, the new Jordan up a notch. And I did 3 days of fasting, not in a row, but I did fasting for 3 days. I was pretty much at one meal a day, trying to get back into my fasting habit so I can just be even more annoying about cleansing and fasting. It's like CrossFit, very similar vibes. Or like if you're part of like the Mormon church, very similar kind of stuff. However, that fast, I believe, opened up my immune system to what we like to call the common cold. Now, you may not be able to hear it on my voice because it is a pretty mild case, but did come down with a little bit of a tickle in the throat. Matt's ill. I'm ill. And guess what? We don't take any days or weeks off. We're just the Jordan flu game. More like No Brains, No Headache, episode 311. Both guys are kind of sick, still showing up game.
Yeah, there's the Jordan flu game and the Jordan minor cold podcast. Same level.
Besides just like a small headache and maybe a tickle in the throat, still I'm doing fine. But the cleanse is going fine. We're kind of wrapping it up here, coming down to the wire. I did get invited out to a birthday party on Friday, so we may end the cleanse 2 days early.
That's fine, because you said you were gonna go to the you don't want to break the cleanse going to the Cubs game. You want to ease yourself into the water by getting blackout drunk on a Friday and then just fall off the gravy train weekend cliff.
That's funny because that's my exact plan. I was like, it's gonna be like I definitely think my tolerance is shot. So Friday I'm gonna carb load. I'm gonna hydrate if I do decide. I mean, I'm like 99% decided that I'm just going to end it 2 days early, but I think 26 days is still pretty commendable. And there's a chance on the other end that I just refire up another cleanse. But I was afraid of that. I was like, man, my tolerance is going to be shot. I'm going to be flopping like a fish after 2.5 beers. So I am a little bit concerned about that, but I was like, I'll go hard Friday and then lick my wounds Saturday, Sunday into the Cubs game Monday. I may have a date to one of these Cubs games. So I was like, maybe it's best that I don't just get absolutely hammered on $17 beer night. So we'll see how it goes. Nothing too crazy. But I did get a few compliments on my mustache recently, in that, if you want something to just cheer you up, it's getting a compliment on your mustache. And then I've been getting people are like, you're glowing. Something's different with your face. That's always like the best. It's like, wow, you like when somebody says something along the lines of you look way better. It's like, so that means I look like shit before.
Yeah, it's a backhanded compliment. Like usually I get with my mustache, I usually get the nice mustache, but I don't think they're being serious. I think they're saying it like, nice mustache, you look like a pedophile.
I mean, it's just crazy what a couple weeks of no alcohol, a haircut, and a fresh mustache can do for a guy. Confidence is getting back to where it needs to be. I'm really finding myself. not really. But cleanse is going well. Thank you for asking. A few compliments on the mustache. Thank you for noticing.
God. So I went on a road trip this last weekend, and one of my buddies that I went with texted me this morning and said, this morning he texted me at 10:17 and said, just took my first solid shit since Friday. Feels great. And then at 2:41 goes, my solid switched to liquids again. Yeah, but I went on this road trip. I had a show up in near Lake Metagoshi in Botno, North Dakota.
North Dakota, the comedy capital of the world.
Some would say it was actually a pretty banger of a show. But for whatever reason, my like GPS map thing on my phone just hates me.
Okay.
Like there were multiple times like I left from Bismarck going straight north, and it took me directly by Cabin de la Weichel. And I was tempted to just stop and be like, you know what? Show another time. I'm gonna hang out with the old Weichel parents.
Did you actually drive by the
Like
lake?
literally right by the highway that was.
I don't think that's the correct route to Botno. I'm not MapQuest, but I
No,
don't think
it gets worse because we came to like a T intersection of I'm on a highway and there's another highway that goes here and it's like go straight. And I'm like, that's a section line. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna do it.
no.
And then for like 20-ish minutes, I'm just driving down a farmer's section line, and then I'm back on the highway that like I could have just taken. And then on the way back, I probably did 40 miles on a section line of just dirt roads.
I would have just stuck to the main roads. It's called Highway 83.
Yeah, but it's like a half hour shorter if you go through like Mercer.
If you
And
just
cut
go
up.
through people's crops.
Yeah, if you just go through a guy's yard, it's like a half hour.
It's like that scene in Interstellar when they're trying to like
chasing the that's essentially what I was doing in my mom's car.
Oh, you didn't even take the Subaru?
No, we had to take all the equipment up, and it's stick shift, and I didn't really want to drive the whole time, but then turns out I did just drive the whole time. So like hindsight's 2020, but so we leave like Lake Metagoshi. We were 100 yards from the Canadian border, is like the cabin we were staying on. Like some guys went for a walk and they kind of walked up near the border, and there was a guy on the other side of the border in the morning. He's like, "Hey, from Canada." I'm like, okay.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say there was border patrol just being like, you better turn around, dirtbag, otherwise you're gonna get a lead bullet in the back.
I mean, it is Canada. Who knows? But we're driving back, and it's like a half hour from the cabin we're staying at to Botno. We get there, stop at a gas station, triple teamed the toilet in the gas station. And then Cole, who's been on the podcast, goes, I don't have my keys. I'm like, well, you're not driving. We'll just get them when we get back to Bismarck. I'm not backtracking an hour. And he's like, no, I need my keys to get in my apartment. I'm like, once again, you can get them when we get back to Bismarck. And he's like, I really need my keys. We need to go back. I'm like, fine. And just gave him endless shit the entire car ride there. But so it took about 5 hours and 20 minutes to get back, which was really nice.
Were you guys just hungover?
No, I was kind of like, I was driving the night before, so I didn't like, I had some drinks, and then like I didn't drink for like 3 hours from like basically the time I went on stage until we left the place we had the show at. And so I was like already hungover by the time we were leaving.
Terrific.
And then so like the next day I felt like perfectly great. Ate some sausage and flapjacks, and we just hit the road, and then promptly turned around and drove back, and then hit the road again, and then drove down 40 miles of section line. And then right by the time we were going by your cabin, I just looked at Cole and I was like, if you didn't forget your keys, at this very moment, I would be home right now.
I just want you to know I should be home fast asleep on my couch by now if you
Yeah.
didn't forget your keys.
And like I had like dinner plans with my family like at like to go up to my mom's at like 4. And so instead of getting like a good 2.5 hours of like R&R before I had to go up there, I had like got home and had to immediately go up there, and I was just dogging it.
You don't want to go into family dinner not well rested.
But I did just hammer some pork chops. And I will say the most underrated food on the planet Earth is corn on the cob.
Did you grab some corn on the cob outside of your window as you're passing through somebody's crop?
I could have grabbed 4 million bushels of corn if I wanted to.
Yeah, that kind of stuff blows my mind. Like, how do combines work? No idea.
I feel like it just kind of like picks them up, and then I don't know how it gets sorted.
Is it just like a factory inside of a tractor, essentially?
I think it is now because it's so like digitized, and like one combine costs like $1.2 million. And in the old times, it's like that's why they needed to have 11 kids. It's just because they're like, well, we got to sort all this shit now. So,
Or like back in the day that somebody gets a combine, they're like, let's see what's under the hood. And you open up the side hatch and it's just a bunch of Asians with a sorting table.
why is there a bunch of Filipinos? Oh, they come with it. Don't worry.
That's how the corn goes from stock to just a raw cob.
Yeah. And I saw this great quote today, and I really think there's someone out there that needs to hear it. And it's someone out there needs to hear this. And it's, you can't have a bad day at work if you just don't go.
I the other day I said, I told a coworker who's, a bit younger gen. I said, do something you love and you never work a day in your life. I was like, that's what they say. And he's like, people say that? I've never heard that in my life. I'm like, you've never heard that in your life? That's also not true.
Yeah, this new generation is never going to hear that because everyone nowadays hates their job. Even if you like your job, you hate your job.
Facts.
Because you know what I would rather be doing if I liked my job? Not working and making money.
Literally anything else.
Yeah.
No bad days, guys. Veteran move. Next week we'll probably shift the recording a little bit because I'm headed to the Cubs at Diamondback series, so won't have the usual Monday recording. But I was thinking about it. How am I going to attack the 3-game series? What am I going to focus on? How can I make it just optimize my pleasure at said series? And I was thinking, Bertie Mac actually, kind of came up with this a little bit, and it's really nothing, that's really a new concept out there. But veteran move, when you're at a ball game, go down to your seats, maybe have a beer, whatever. I'd be like, oh, I'm going to go get some food. I'll be right back. Whether it's nachos, it's a hot pretzel with nacho cheese, it's a hot dog with some mustard or whatever toppings you prefer. Just eat that really quickly above the garbage can. Then you're done eating, and then you can optimize your 2 hands for 2 beers.
And if you eat it above the garbage can, because every single baseball jersey I have is just covered in stains from eating the hot dogs and pretzels and nachos. You're not going to not get it on you if you're sitting at your seat.
Well said, Matthew. Well said. I was thinking the same thing. 2 of the 3 baseball jerseys I currently own and are in possession of are white. And every time I go to a baseball game, there's a little bit of anxiety there of like, am I going to spill, some sort of ketchup or mustard or just a tough stain to get out of a white piece of clothing. 2 of my work shirts are completely ruined because one of them has an In-N-Out grease stain on it, and the other one has a Thousand Island stain on it. 2 stains each, actually.
my Anthony Rizzo jersey, I spilt a very nice garlic aioli all over it. And turns out when you wipe garlic aioli off and then it dries, it just looks like I have cum all over my Anthony Rizzo jersey.
I mean, I would avoid that if I were you, if at all possible.
And you know how hard it is to explain to people that, like, hey, this isn't dried semen. I had a very nice garlic aioli the other day. And
it sounds like something that, like, if you go do a baseball game and you sit down, it sounds like something that you would over explain to someone. Like a random couple sits next to you. Hey, I'm Matt. By the way, this isn't cum. And then you go into your whole thing.
You ever had garlic aioli? Well, I have.
This is garlic aioli, not human semen. I just want to clear that up ahead of time.
It looks like I garlic aioli'd all over myself, but it's actually garlic aioli.
The dude you're sitting next to is like, are these the right seats? What in the hell kind of section is this?
Yeah. He opts to move back farther into worse seats just to not sit by me.
Or a double pro move, which has been somewhat of a theme this MLB season, is it's hard to get a stain on your t-shirt if you're not wearing one, similar to you can't have a bad day if you don't go to work.
Yep.
If you go tarps off, you're just going to have ketchup or mustard or relish in your chest hair. If you have chest hair, that is, Yeah. So that's just something to look forward to. But veteran move, I'll give a update in a couple episodes about how the series went, how I attacked it. It's really cool living in a market where there is professional sports. I'm not a fan. I'm not going to say I'm a fan of the Suns or the Diamondbacks or the Cardinals for that matter. But it's cool that the Chicago Cubs are, in fact, going to Phoenix. I live like 25 or 30 or so minutes away from the stadium. So I'm really excited about that. Take advantage. Be hard-pressed to tell me otherwise. I also have been noticing. So I bitched and moaned about this a while back of, how people are just waking up earlier and earlier to get their workout in, their meditation, whatever, where it's like, I always thought like anywhere from like 5 or 6 a.m. If you're waking up around that time, like it's doable, but it's getting aggressive. And now I'm hearing of people waking up at 4:30, 3:30 a.m. And so that's getting out of hand. What I've also noticed is skincare routines are getting out of hand. You'll see it all over Instagram, perhaps TikTok, the socials, what have you, where I don't have time. I don't have an hour and a half to apply 17 different serums to my face. I don't know how these people do it. There's maybe you've seen this on your feed, but there's a certain news anchor. I don't know where she resides, but I came across one of her videos. She gets in at like 3 a.m. and then her reels she does is just her applying makeup. And it is like, she's beautiful, don't get me wrong, but it is caked on. And every video she does, because I kind of went down a rabbit hole, kind of got sucked in like a laser beam. And she's like, why does this take so long? It's like, well, she's doing her skincare routine at 3:30 a.m. So she's double whammy pissing me off.
Yeah, I mean, girls have get ready with me videos for TikTok. I feel like the dude equivalent to that is like 2006 Lindanian Tomlinson highlights.
In what way?
Like girls like to watch get ready with me videos. Dudes like to watch 2005 Sean Alexander breaking the rushing record.
Or like dudes would be like, get ready with me. I shit and then I showered and then I got dressed. I applied some deodorant, brushed my teeth, slapped on some cologne. I grabbed my keys and then I left.
Yeah.
It's not very interesting.
Yeah. Or get ready with me. And then it's you driving to work and be like, I forgot to do one of the 4 things. I'm not wearing deodorant right now.
I'm not wearing pants right now.
Damn it.
Son of a gun. I mean, isn't it great to be a guy?
Oh, yeah.
You break your penis, they only fix vagina.
It's just, I mean, that's just how it goes. But
Yeah.
skincare routines are getting out of hand way too long. People are waking up too early. Quite frankly, it's upsetting me. Let's just get back to the norms. Do we have any other housekeeping?
Nope.
All right, let's get it on. Episode 311.
Okay. Let's party.
I have a real bone to pick. I've been watching a bunch of like superhero related content, and I'm just trying to think of every superhero that has a secret identity. I know they're made up stories, but there's like absolutely no way they would remain anonymous. Because if you look at like Superman, what does he famously do? Changes in a phone booth. What do phone booths famously not have? Walls, or they have clear walls.
Now modern times where you find you're not going to be able to save the person in trouble because you got to find a phone booth. We don't have them anymore. You're going to be looking around all day for a phone booth.
Yeah, or you're going to go into a public bathroom and there's just a homeless guy being Narcaned, and you're like, well, let me get into my superhero costume real quick.
I mean, of all places to change in front of somebody who they hopefully don't remember who you are, it is somebody getting resuscitated via Narcan.
Or imagine you're in like a YMCA locker room and there's just a guy getting into his Superman outfit, and you're like, that's what you do now? No phone booths around?
You know, that now that you bring it up, if you think about it, in at least the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, I still haven't seen the new ones. People keep telling me to go watch the new Spider-Man. I'm like, I don't really know what's going on, but maybe I'll go check it out.
They're not bad.
Be occupied for about 2 hours or so. In the Tobey Maguire Spider-Mans, if you think about it, what's her name? Mary
Jane.
Mary Jane, thank you. Is Mary Jane technically cheating on Tobey Maguire, Peter Parker? Because Spider-Man, he does the upside down hanging from the web in the rain kiss scene. She
Yeah.
doesn't know that's Peter Parker, but she just willy-nilly kisses this guy. But Peter Parker knows that it's her, but he's Spider-Man. So technically speaking, isn't she cheating on Peter Parker? And how does that make Peter feel?
Yeah, you're pretty much doing the Pepe Sylvia, Charlie Always Sunny, where he has the board and he's trying to draw out like what goes to what. And honestly, I don't have a good answer for you.
But do I have a point? What if, so Peter Parker is approaching Mary Jane romantically. At this point, she doesn't know he's Spider-Man. Spider-Man saves her ass because Mary Jane is just prone to violence, okay? Grew up in a tough household, domestic abuse, douchebag boyfriend. She's fallen, the Green Goblin's making her fall off balconies. And then Spider-Man's got to save her. She doesn't know that that's Peter Parker. So let's run through it. Peter Parker and Mary Jane are romantically involved. Then this random spider guy, who a little bit questionable, saves her, and she's just like, whatever, like, we're just friends. Me and Peter are just friends, and just makes out with him. Yeah, P and V, essentially.
Yeah.
Do you think Peter went home that night? He's like, what the fuck? She kind of like, she didn't know, like, I know it's me. I kissed her, but like, she didn't know it was me. So like,
yeah. So Peter goes to talk to Mary Jane, like, do anything interesting last night?
What happened last night? Something you want to tell me?
Yeah. Were you in an alley? Was there a dude hanging upside down that you want to say anything at all about?
Yeah, it was raining out. You weren't wearing a bra. That's kind of funny. A little see-through action.
Well, another thing about Spider-Man too, it's like Spider-Man usually, like, when he has to get like called into action, he's on like a field trip, and he's like, he escapes from the field trip to go be Spider-Man. And I don't know if I remember field trips a lot, but if one child went missing, people would tend to freak out.
Just an Amber Alert, and turns out it's Spider-Man.
Yeah, it's
this
like,
dude couldn't even catch the bus, and he's expected to save New York City. Think again, dude. I had such a wicked fever the other night. I thought I was gonna wake up as Spider-Man, dude. Like, when he does that transformation, he just kind of has a rough night. That was me the other night. I woke up, no superpowers. It's kind of bullshit.
There's a scene in Spider-Man 1 when he's getting his power and he comes in to his house, and he's like, I'm not feeling that good, Uncle Ben. I'm gonna go to bed. And someone posted that exact clip, and it's like me getting home in 7th grade going to pulverize my hog.
He's got a fresh stash of Playboys under my
Yeah.
bed. I'm not feeling really good. I'm gonna go to bed.
And then obviously the other one, Batman, like in the Dark Knight when he has the Batmobile, the huge tumbler, he eventually has to drive that home. I feel like that might be the easiest car on the planet to follow or know that it's.
Yeah, like I know he lives in a giant estate and mansion, but it's like the neighbors would be like, out late last night, Bruce.
Or the amount of construction materials he had to have brought in to make the Bat Cave.
I also want to know how they're engineering all these underground, caverns where they're just like they have a full-on auto mechanic body shop, ballistics testing underground. How much who's pouring the concrete? And aren't they raising their eyebrows saying, "Hey, what's this for? What's going on down? Why is there bats and waterfalls and shit everywhere?"
Well, Batman has his one rule that he doesn't kill, but I feel like he made that after he had a bunch of like foreigners build the Batcave and then just murdered all of them.
Oh, they're buried under 10 feet of cement.
Yeah, much like people that built the Great Wall of China. They're buried in the Great Wall of China.
For sure. Yeah, there's a lot of question mark. Like the engineering, just a huge question mark. Like
Or
zoning, the zoning laws. Who signed off on this?
Well, he builds it in a cave, and I don't know a lot about caves, but I know that the structural integrity of caves has historically not been good.
Well, then the floor can just go up and down like that. Yeah. What's powering this? Or we just have nuclear power?
He does have like some sort of arc generator thing that in Dark Knight Returns or Dark Knight Rises that they like steal to blow up the city.
Is he using that energy source to power his fucking floors on his underground body shop?
Yeah. Well, also it's like the nicest, like he goes into the Batcave and it's like the world's nicest stuff. But the elevator he takes going down there is like an old rickety shopping cart, and you're like, okay. If you just run out of funding where you're like, no time for the elevator, let's just use whatever we have.
Wasn't in the budget. I could argue that the elevator should be a little bit rustic to not give it away so much, but it's like, where's that going? Where's that leading to?
And the amount of coincidences, like, oh, the Flash wakes up from a coma, and the next day the Flash is like, I feel like someone would have put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, the physical therapy alone is going to take months.
Yeah, it's in like the newest, the Tom Holland Spider-Man, the first one, Captain Jean from the other guys plays like the villain, and no one knows that Tom Holland Spider-Man, and Captain Jean figures it out almost immediately.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, I'm Peter Parker. He's like, so you're Spider-Man? And it's like, okie dokie then. He's the smartest man on the planet.
Yeah, a lot of question marks. But what can you do, right? I don't know. Any more on the superheroes?
Nope.
Well, we are recording on August 17th, 2026, year of our Lord, and that means school is back in session. So therefore, sorority dance videos are back. Okay, you got all the girls out in front of this sorority house, and they got this whole routine that, made for TikTok where it's choreographed, all whatever, and there's a lot of moving parts, and like obviously like the hot, like older ones who, seniority, they get like first dibs at like shaking their ass and tits first. I gotta say, unless it's just me, the quality has dropped off completely.
Not good this year. From what I've seen, I think it was like a year or two ago, they were knocking my socks off with these dances. Now I feel like we're getting some repetitive.
And it's just like the timing is off. It's like, okay, who choreographed this? The girl in the back, your timing is way off. Okay, everybody's a half step ahead of you, and I can tell. Okay, I watched Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders on Netflix. I know what a good dance routine is supposed to look like. This ain't it. Okay, so you for Delta Iota Kappa or whatever, you're disrespecting the name.
Yeah, I saw one. It was on I think X, and it was like just a normal dance video, and some Karen like comment. She's like, if I saw my daughter in one of these dance videos, I would stop paying for her college. And it's like, okay, like I get it. That's probably not the best thing you could be doing with like college, but like the alternatives, what she could be doing else is way worse. And what every other college kid is doing is way worse.
I hate to break it to you, Karen, but if your daughter is just even in a sorority, the doors are being blown off by the offensive line on the college football team every other weekend. If there's a home game in town, don't call her on Saturday night or Sunday morning.
Or
Okay.
Monday, she's going to be in an ice bucket.
Yeah, her and Flash are going to have physical therapy together come
Yeah.
Tuesday afternoon. Okay.
Yeah, and also is there not a dude version of this?
Of the fraternity dances?
Yeah.
I don't want there to be. I'm glad there isn't. That would upset me.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh, actually there was I think it was Penn State. It came out today that instead of doing a dance, they were having all their pledges be cocaine mules for them, and they had to deal drugs as initiation.
See,
So
a movement I can get behind.
that's what I'm talking about. Ingenuity at its finest.
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love free labor? Oh, you want to pledge into this fraternity? Here's a pound of cocaine. Go meet Rocco down on 4th Street. And if it's not gone by this afternoon, might as well pack your bags.
All right, we're going to duct tape all this heroin to you and slingshot you across the Canadian border. Got a problem with that? No? Great.
Do you want us to use the paddle with the dildo strapped onto it, or do you want to be our drug meal? There's your two choices. I'm going to leave for 5 minutes to give you some time to think about it. I think I'm going drug meal at that point.
Yeah.
I would you just can claim ignorance, entrapment. You know, people were just putting you up to it. I mean, like the fraternities that are getting busted for just these outlandish rituals that have turned in criminal and dangerous. I don't like to see them. It's not a great feeling, but it's a little bit funny. I mean, you gotta chuckle a little bit. You're like, what an idiot. Why did he let them duct tape his wiener to that basketball pole? This is stupid.
Dude, one time, one of my friends growing up, I don't really want to say his name.
I would.
Yeah, he's in federal prison right now, but he duct taped his dick to try to create some sort of contraption to shoot bottle rockets off of it. And it did not work. Essentially, all it did was stop the bottle rocket from shooting, and it blew up next to his dick.
So he's trying like the Chris Pontius from Jackass move, because he did that same exact thing. I think, but the guy that we're talking about, he's such an idiot. He probably didn't give himself enough slack in the line to like get it further away. It was probably like a shoelace, and I just feel like that's not adequate enough.
It took hours
your genitals
for him to get the duct tape off of his hog too. So
yeah, maybe start with athletic tape and then go. People that don't understand how to wrap a penis in tape these days, and it just disgusts me.
I don't know why you would know how to.
But the sorority dance TikToks, they're back. Quality has dropped off. I mean, the talent, the choreography, it's all out of whack. And there's nobody to blame besides the NIL. You know, the transfer portal is really just dropping the quality of these sorority TikTok dances. And that's all I got to say on that.
Yeah, I've been going down this rabbit hole of Axe body spray lately. Okay. And do you remember how big of a like thing Axe body spray was?
Yeah, I mean, it was new to the market. They poured a bunch of money into marketing and advertising. It was like for some reason, Axe body spray and Take Five gum are just kind of like synonymous in my brain.
It's just 5 gum.
Well, I'm sorry, five. Did I say Take Five?
Take 5 is a candy bar made by Reese's that is still very good. It's
Also, yeah, I
yeah,
mean, I will say delicious.
it's so you'll actually this will ring true to you because I remember it was like after prom or something, and you had a bunch of Take Fives at your house that you got from after prom, and I stole every one of them from you. I've been
Good to
holding that
know.
in for almost 15 years now.
I was probably too drunk to notice,
Yeah, you were.
but I appreciate your honesty. I'm gonna have to reevaluate our friendship when we get off here, and I'll
Oh
have an
yeah,
answer.
because I definitely owe you something. Eat my dick. Um, Axe body spray. Yeah, I do. I was literally just about to say 5 gum. Uh,
Like
5
they're
gum
just
is
they go hand in hand. The
yeah,
advertising, the
yeah, like
labeling,
the big
the packaging.
swooshes around
Yeah.
and like I remember wearing like Axe body spray in like the 4th grade and be like, this is gonna get me so many chicks. And in reality, it smelled like absolute shit.
I feel like there was some decent ones, but I mean, they really just created a new market for themselves because not everybody wants to buy expensive cologne, and then you don't buy the expensive stuff and it doesn't smell great, especially for like preteens and early teens, like because that's right where we're at. And I think what Axe accidentally got themselves into was flammable. It's a flammable product. And
Yeah.
us as kids, we found out if you take the Bic lighter, and then spray Axe flamethrower. I don't know how many times, like that's just a vivid memory, core memory in my head where we're just in each other's bedrooms hanging out after school and we're just having a gay old time with a Bic lighter and an Axe body spray. Gay meaning the old English
Yeah.
term for happy.
You could have a lot of fun back then with a very little. Now it's like you need a $6,000 Xbox and computers. Back then we had like a bunch of old garbage, a lighter, and your neighbor's porch.
I mean, at our one of our very good friends, they had this very long driveway on a giant hill, very inconvenient, especially in North Dakota. Winter, you get some ice in there, just tough. We would have fun with. It was one of those. They're not remote control vehicles, but they're little. They're the little toy
Yeah,
cars,
the little
the
little
battery
tykes.
powered.
Yeah.
That didn't even work, and we had so much fun with a non-working toy car, gravity, and a skateboard ramp.
Yeah. Oh, the X Factor skateboard ramps,
Yes.
unbelievable. You would hit those on a bike and you'd be like, dude, I got 9 feet of air. And then like in reality, you basically slowly rode over it and like one wheel touched the ground as the other's still on the back of the ramp.
Or one of my favorite stories was when we were making our homemade Jackass film. We told my neighbor, like, hey, take your bike off of this X Factor ramp. What is it, like 12 or 16 inches, like at its
Yeah,
peak?
it's
Not
not a big ramp at all.
So he did this and he didn't know you had to kind of wheelie your front handlebars to get air. So he just went and just tumbled over and the camera was rolling. I got to say the production crew did a great job of keeping their composure. We wanted to laugh, we wanted to cry, we wanted to make sure he was okay, but we didn't say a word and the camera just panned to him get up and walk into his house. It was just a yard sale. There was the shoes off. There's a bike over there. The ramp was all messed up. And he just walked into his house. And if I could ever rustle up that footage, I would
The old cell phone videos. I remember seeing one of me like snowboarding in the 7th grade and like hitting a rail and watching it and be like, dude, I look so cool. And like it came up on like a Facebook memory and it literally looks like it could be like a moose running across a field. Like it does not look anything like I'm remotely even snowboarding at that point.
Yeah, you can't even tell if you're skiing or snowboarding. You have no idea.
Yeah.
The quality has really dropped off over the days, but the Axe body spray, man. I mean, Good times. And like the room reeked. If you were in your buddy's bedroom just lighting flames with Axe body spray, like it smelled terrible.
I feel like Axe body spray. I'm gonna look this up, but it had like funny names too. It was like Axe body spray, dementia, and you're like, what?
Axe body spray, Mormon coalition. I'm big on
Yeah.
Mormons today. I don't know why.
Oh, what do we got here? Gold temptation, musk. That sounds like it smells like shit.
Or piss. Or both.
This one's just called wild.
Is it spelled WILD or is it like a WYLD?
There's a legit Axe body spray called leather and cookies.
That doesn't sound like a great combination in any context.
Excite. One's just called marine. One's called Africa. I feel like that could go either way.
One's called Africa.
Yeah. One is also just called black.
Well, I think the issue with Axe body spray, it wasn't really lasting. Like if you had to douse yourself into it, but then it was overbearing. But then after a while, you wouldn't smell like anything. Where like a true cologne is probably gonna like just last a bit longer, be a little bit more richer, potent, effective.
I just had a Vietnam flashback looking at an old Axe body spray can. It's the red one, and it was called Voodoo. Or you'd get mad at your friends for using your Axe bodies. We're like, dude, don't use a lot. It costs $4.
Yeah, good times.
Yeah, that's all I got.
Well, in the news portion of things, episode 311, No Brains, No Headache. Once again, thank you for being here. We're so happy to have you hang out with us for about 60 to 90. 8 years after killing his pregnant wife and 2 young daughters, Chris Watts has reportedly gotten married again, this time from behind bars. If you're aware of American Murder on Netflix, this guy was down in Colorado. Executed a couple of murders of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters. Very sad, very interesting watch on Netflix. If you haven't seen it, highly recommend. He's serving life without parole, maximum security Wisconsin prison. And a woman named Lizzie has entered his life. She relocated to Wisconsin to be closer. She refers to herself as Lizzie Watts. And now they're going through the prison marriage process, which I was unaware was a thing. She visits frequently whenever she can. This article is from The Life. I did bring up 3 articles. Somebody told me the other day that like we need to do more research on our stories. In fact, I was like, first of all, it's called No Brains, No Headache. Yeah. Okay. So if you're getting your facts from No Brains, No Headache, you need to like reevaluate your life. Yeah. This is True Crime Recaps. Essentially says the same thing. This one is OK Magazine. His new fiance, she's kind of getting a bunch of scrutiny and backlash from everybody. She says she knows how she feels about the murders, and it's a harsh experience. But apparently she's still in love with this guy. I just want to know, like, say you're a guy similar to Matt and I, you're a grown man, you're single, maybe you're trying to get out there, find the right one, dating, things aren't going too well for you. And maybe you're down in the dumps and you say, God, just send me a sign. And then you're scrolling on Facebook and you come across Chris Watts, who murdered his family 8 years ago, is now engaged, and you can't even get a text back. How does that make you feel?
I want to know what, like, she moved to Wisconsin to be closer to him in prison.
You're never getting out.
What do you say when, like, someone's like, "Oh, what brings you to town?" And be like, "My fiance is doing a little stint down for killing 3 people, but we're in love."
And I know they do a lot of, psychological research on murderers, serial killers. I think what the next move needs to be, if we're not already doing it, is we need to look at the people who have a fetish with the murderers. So, I mean, this isn't uncommon for somebody to be in the national spotlight for murdering or just doing just a gnarly crime similar to, and then people just flock to him. Like, wasn't Dahmer super famous? Am I thinking of the right person? It was
No,
Dahmer, right?
Dahmer was the gay cannibal. You're thinking of the Zac Efron one, Ted Bundy.
Bundy. Thank you, Matthew. Yeah, Ted Bundy got super famous. It's like people getting famous posthumously, but it's like they're famous like once they're incarcerated. I think a study of psychological reasons needs to be done on these people who have like fetishes with them, because this isn't a new concept. But like, what attracts you? I have a hard time, like seeing somebody who doesn't live within a certain vicinity of me, because it's like, well, if I'm going to be with this person, I would like to like see them and spend quality time and like actually talk to them in person often. This guy's never getting out of prison. I don't know what the allure is. I don't know what she finds attractive about him. I don't know why you would enter into such a thing, because I can't imagine you're doing it for the money. I don't think Chris Watts has a whole lot of money. I could be wrong. How does money work when you go into, like, say you worked for 40 years, you saved up, you have a good retirement, you got all these assets, and you acquired those legally, right? You weren't doing like illegal stuff to acquire them. You're just good old hard work, some smart choices, and then one day you just, you slip up and you murder someone.
You have a bad day and you murder 11 people. It's
Yeah.
I think you get all your assets into prison that were acquired legally.
So you're just going to the like, hey, Doritos are on me today, fellas. I got enough to spend on the commissary.
Well, apparently, like, Jared from Subway lives like a king in prison because he's
doors blown off.
Yeah, he's worth so much money, and he's in such like a crappy prison that like there are more pedophiles than normal people. So like normal people are ostracized, and Jared from Subway is just living the dream, apparently.
Doesn't he get out sometime here?
He was up for parole, and it lasted 2 minutes, and they're like, absolutely not.
It's like Red from Shawshank Redemption, just rejected.
I don't give a damn. And then they accept him. He's like, I could have just done that 40 years ago.
Yeah, dude goes in there like every 10 years, just spills his heart out about forgiveness and learning his lesson. And then finally, the one time he's like, you know what? Fuck you. And they're like, I think he's ready.
He learned his lesson.
But yeah, homeboy is engaged. I'm just saying it can't make people feel good if maybe the dating scene or just finding their certain someone isn't going well for them, and then they see homeboys engaged. That's what my first thought was. I was like, oh boy, this is gonna ruffle some feathers.
Yeah, that's dumb. I have been watching. It started out by seeing a clip on Entourage of, I think it was Matt Damon just screaming at the Entourage actors. And then I stumbled across this clip of Dennis Quaid absolutely tearing apart some actor or production staff. And I just want you to listen to this and kind of let me know what you think, because it is the first time I saw it, I was audibly laughing.
Do we have any context of what movie or when this was?
No, he's just like sitting at a desk trying to take orders from some like production assistant, and
he's having none of it.
What the fuck? Keep going. I am acting here, and this dickhead wanders onto my set. I can't even get a line out until Dopey the Dick starts whispering in your ear and you're not even watching anymore.
Dennis.
Don't fucking Dennis me! I am doing my job here. I am a pro. This is the most unprofessional set I have ever been on. This is horse shit. I've got these fucking zombies over here that I have to look at. I have a bunch of pussies staring at me and this fucking baby. This is garbage. Blow me.
I love when he says, "Don't you Dennis me." That's your name. I mean,
don't Dennis me.
I'll Dennis you. I wonder if I'm really curious what movie set that was on.
I gotta be honest. I think it's a fake one because there's a clip after it where he's going going through it and it shows it from another angle and he's like, "That is horse shit," and it shows him pointing down at actual horse shit.
Oh,
Yeah, but
that had me fooled.
Oh, it had me 100% fooled till I saw like the second clip of it, but I was in tears just laughing so hard on it.
Well, and another person that we've probably seen, I don't have it queued up or ready or anything, but Chris Berman, sportscaster.
Yeah.
He's got his fair share of freakouts. Like didn't somebody walk behind the camera or the teleprompter one time and he just laid into them? And it's like, I get it, but it's like, are you not good enough at your job where you can just focus on the lines that you're supposed to read? Also, Matt, I think like I saw this about last week. Did you see the video of Chris Berman walking around where it's like the full body shot?
Yeah.
Dude is all top.
Yeah,
Like, I kind of want to see him naked so I can see what his ass looks like, because it's like it's this mushroom top and then it's just like 2x4s.
Yeah, it's like they replaced his lower half with like a Ken doll.
Or he kind of looks like somebody who would get the metal leg procedure.
Yeah, I got just on the ride up, one of my buddies goes, "Yeah, so my Uncle Kenny has like electric arms, and I was like,
I don't know.
Yeah. He also said, yeah, so me and my buddies, we were huffing gas and stealing copper, and I was like, what? He's like, yeah, that's what we did back then. And I was like, no one has ever done that. But I did queue up Chris Berman freaking out.
Get back up. What do you put the nose? Yeah, I got it. That would be nice. So that was the celebration, and everyone's still on their feet, and it's one of our...
Okay, that's not anything. I got fucking...
It just sounds like a New York subway station when the it's whizzing by.
Yeah, but
hey, we tried. Good try.
I do have a question for you. For the rest of your life, you can only watch one person's movies: Dennis Quaid or Nicolas Cage.
Off the top of my head, I want to go Nicolas Cage. I just think there's more options, more range. I could be wrong, though. I mean, I know who Dennis Quaid is, watched a few of his films. Now I'm drawing a blank. All I can think of is like The Rookie.
Frequency, Parent Trap, Jaws 3D, The Rookie, The Alamo, Day After Tomorrow.
God, Vantage, bad movies.
Vantage Point.
Isn't his son an actor now?
Yeah, he's like he was in The Boys. He's the main actor in The Boys.
That's easy. I'll go Nick Cage. I mean, at least you got National Treasure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. You have Gone in 60 Seconds, Leaving Las Vegas. You have the one where he's picking the truffles at the pig. Is it called The Pig?
I don't know. I had initial thought of you that Nick Cage is probably the play, Ghost Rider 1 and 2, but I will say Dennis Quaid, like, there's an argument.
Con Air. That's all you
Con
gotta say. Say Con Air. I'll be like, I'll take that guy.
Yeah. but Dennis Quaid, Any Given Sunday, Day After Tomorrow, like might be one of my favorite movies of all time. Vantage Point's an unreal movie. G.I. Joe, Rise of Cobra. That one's a real cult following. He's in the new Footloose. The more I'm talking about out loud, you are right. These are all awful movies.
I could literally think of like two.
Yeah,
And
a
right away,
dog's purpose and a dog's journey. If you ever wanted to cry,
right away I was gonna say Dante's Peak, but that's Pierce Brosnan. That's not even Dennis Quaid. Mrs. Doubtfire, once again, Pierce Brosnan, not Dennis Quaid.
James Bond, Pierce Brosnan again. Do you also get their TV shows though?
I think Dennis Quaid might do better. What has Nick Cage been in?
I'm
Dude,
sure
Nick Cage does like 4 projects at one time.
Yeah, but I'm saying if you get the TV shows and you get every episode that they're even not in, so like Dennis Quaid, you'd get Workaholics, Pawn Stars.
I'm okay without those. I have access
SpongeBob.
to those. I still don't watch them. Workaholics right now is my fall asleep show. I'll watch that for 5 minutes. I'm out cold.
What have I been watching to fall asleep lately? Tires on Netflix, actually. I'm out like a light.
Been watching Surviving Barstool. What I will say about that is I appreciate the fact that it's the first couple episodes were like back-to-back days where they were released, but now it's every Sunday and Wednesday. Because I saw this nostalgic post the other day where like, you remember back in the day where you had to wait all week for your favorite TV show to come on? It's like, that's still, I mean, it's still a concept, but at least with Surviving Barstool, they're still kind of doing that. So kudos to them. I love Surviving Barstool too. They just voted out all of the women. They had like 3 or 4 in the show this season, and it's like the 5th round of voting, and all the women are gone.
It's weird for Barstool, where their most popular personalities are dudes. So.
Well, funny we were talking about Dennis Quaid and the fact that he was in the movie The Rookie. That didn't make this list, but I came across the Sporting News put out a list of there was ahead of the MLB Field of Dreams game, so they wanted to put out the 30 best baseball movies ever. Out of the gate, I don't even know what number 1 is. Number 1 on Sporting News top 30 ranked best baseball movies is The Pride of the Yankees.
Okay, any movie that comes out 1943.
Is that when it was?
Yes.
How did you know I was doing this? Did I send it to you? Or did you just look it up just now?
No, I just looked up Sporting News top 30, and I
Like-
can read your mind.
I
I've
was
actually
like,
been
reading my mind.
No, I low jacked your phone, so I'm just looking at everything that you have on your phone.
I swear, when I typed in Matt's mom's boobs into Google, I don't know who that was. That wasn't me. I don't know.
I meant to type in the Da Vinci Code, and the Da Vinci load just accidentally came up.
Will he wank me in the chocolate factory? Okay, number 2, Bull Durham.
I can get on board with that. I'm not as high on it, but it's a good movie.
It's a fine movie. It's not number 2. 3, Moneyball. There we can agree.
Okay, Moneyball I like, but I'm liking it less and less because you look into it more, and they don't mention any of the 3 players they had that were all top 5 in the Cy Young that year.
Like Barry Zito.
It's like Barry Zito, Mark Mulder. Like the 2001 A's is chocked full of talent, and they mention none of them. Like Jermaine Dye.
Yeah, you would barely know that. Was Miguel Tejada on that team?
Yeah.
You would barely know that in the movie if they didn't kind of show him passing in a couple of scenes. Number 4, Field of Dreams.
I
That
hate
movie
Field
kind
of
of
Dreams.
annoys
I don't
me.
like Field of Dreams. It's
I
a
like
good
the
movie. If you,
concept more than I like the movie.
yeah, it's cool. Like I fell asleep like almost instantly.
61 asterisks. The Natural. Number 8, A League of Their Own. I'm not being bigoted, sexist here. A League of Their Own's a fine film, don't get me wrong, but 8? It's above Bad News Bears, The Sandlot, 42, 8 Men Out. And then there's like a string of movies I've never even heard of. The Stratton Story, Sugar, Efits, Bingo Long All Stars, Bang the Drum Slowly. Oh, The Rookie is on the list, number 18. Never even heard of it. Everybody Wants Some. That's like a Dazed and Confused where they like kind of mention baseball. They happen to play on the baseball team. For the Love of the Game, $1 Million Arm, Cobb. I don't know what these movies are.
That's that same justification of that's a baseball movie. You could be like Richie Rich is a ideal baseball movie we should watch.
Fever Pitch, Hardball, Trouble with the Curve. Okay, now we're kind of getting somewhere. Rookie of the Year coming in at 27, Little Big League 28, Angels in the Outfield 29, The Babe 30. Sporting news. We got to take a long, hard look in the mirror at who we are as a company and redo this entire list.
Did Major League 1 or 2 even make it on there?
Nope. Yeah. The Pride of the Yankees? What is that?
That's like Miracle on 34th Street's the greatest movie ever made. It's like, yeah, that's when one movie would come out a year.
Or I'm trying to think of like movies that like have a Christmas. Catch Me If You Can. Christmas movie. That's not a Christmas movie. That's a crime thriller comedy. Not a Christmas movie. Yeah. Do they celebrate Christmas in it? Yeah. Shawshank Redemption. I'm gonna watch Shawshank again, I think.
Yeah. So listen to the A's lineup. It is insane. Tim Hudson, Barry Zito, Mark Mulder. Just unreal starters. And then they had Miguel Tejada, Eric Chavez, Jermaine Dye. None of these guys are all mentioned in.
Who's the rookie first baseman that they traded away?
Carlos Pena.
Yeah, that's pretty bold.
Yeah, that's stupid. Almost as stupid as the sporting news. I want to like baseball movies. It kind of pisses me off, actually, the more you.
That's what I was going for. Trying to get Matt angry.
Well, is Rookie of the Year or Little Big League on there?
Yeah, Rookie of the Year was like 27, and I want to say Little Big League was like right around there at like 28. Let me pull it up.
And the Sandlot was on there, right?
Rookie of the Year 27, Little Big League 28, Sandlot number 10. Behind the Bad News Bears. They didn't specify which Bad News Bears.
Honestly, the new Bad News Bears is low-key funny. The old Bad News Bears was the last movie they could get alone with letting an 8-year-old say the N-word.
He does say the N-word in that, doesn't he?
Yes.
Wow. New favorite movie.
Well, also, I watched 42 last week, and there's a kid in the crowd that they had a child actor who was just yelling the N-word.
That's just the way of the movie.
Yeah.
Dude, in The Longest Yard, they dropped the N-bomb a few times. It was blowing my mind. I was like, wait, when was this film made? They just dropping the N-bomb like that?
But that was Stone Cold Steve Austin that was doing it. So that's just part of his actual.
They're like, Stone Cold, if we pay you extra, will you say the N-word? He's like, I'll do it for free. I have no problem.
They filmed that scene and like, we didn't even write the N-word in there. He's like, I ad-libbed it. And you're like,
I just got to go off script a little bit. They're like, let's keep it in the film. Yeah, that's wild. Courtney Cox looking good opening.
Oh yeah.
Well, hello.
Oh, who did I see? Oh yeah, Drew Barrymore turned 60. She showed her boobs on Twitter.
No.
Not Drew Barrymore. Who's the one that was in James Bond? It's not even close to Drew Barrymore.
Cameron Diaz?
No.
Drew Barrymore was not in James Bond. I think you just said that a moment ago, but I'm just reiterating. Farrah Fawcett.
No, it's not even remotely close to Drew Barrymore, and I'm gonna
Carmen Electra, Pamela Anderson, Pamela. Dude, I have no Selma Hayek.
no.
Oh, I went to the Odyssey, and then there's that actor/actress that was a chick. She played the pregnant chick in Juno, and now she's a dude.
Yeah.
The voice pisses me off. I think like they go with like a raspy, you need a lozenge voice to like get to the male deep voice. And it's just like, I'm sorry, you just don't have a deep voice. Maybe work on it. The Odyssey, pretty decent, I thought. I was pretty lost like the first half hour. The person next to me, I kept having to ask, I was like, what's going on? Thankfully, they were there to help me out. But who is it, Matt?
I said Drew Barrymore. It was Halle Berry.
I could see the Berry. You had the Berry.
Oh, that is true.
No, I mean that's not.
But as a person,
one's white and one's black. But
yeah. So it's like, who is that? Was it Steve Kerr? And it's like you're thinking of LeBron James. Don't Dennis me.
Yeah. All right. Is that all we got? All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Check out our socials. Make sure to follow us, subscribe, tell your family, tell your friends. We appreciate you coming back every week. Next week will probably be still on schedule, but we'll record at a different time. And the week after, I'll tell you all about the Cubs series. I'm really excited. So thanks again for listening. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace out.